Hey folks, Chris Tran back with you again. Today for a short video clip, we're going to talk about the HK P30. Now, while HK is a fantastic firearms manufacturer, they make great quality pistols, and I actually personally like them. They're very shootable, and I really like how they've got your kind of contoured back strap, replaceable palm swells on this model. The big complaint that I have about the HKs, and the reason why I've never picked one up personally for myself, is the trigger system. Just not a fan. For those of you that are familiar, this is a double action, single action semi-automatic firearm with a double action pull of about 10.5 pounds and a single action break at about 4.5 pounds. Now, we've updated the springs in this one, so we're breaking at about 8.5 for the double action and about 4 now for the single action, but it's just not quite there. It's something that I personally wouldn't pick up with the trigger configuration as it is now. So we're going to send this off to Fred Hastings of CAR Firearms to see what he can do. And we just kind of want to demonstrate, I want to demonstrate just exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the trigger pull and the trigger break. Hopefully we can get a comparable before and after. So if I rack the slide and I pull this over for you, activating the decocker here over on the back side. On the double, if I show you the double action pull, as my finger sets down on it, we've got a nice long double pull. The brake's going to be very close towards the back here. And then as we reset, if you take a look at my finger, we've got a long travel, really long travel, all the way to about there. If you could actually hear the trigger reset for my single action brake. Now, unlike some other firearms, where you've got a very crisp single action brake here, with the HK P30, look at all this travel that I've got before the trigger breaks again. There's my single action brake on a reset, and again back for the single, I'm traveling all this distance. There's my click, and then there's all of this slack and take up for my next single action. And to me, that's unacceptable for a combat firearm. I'd like to have that tuned up and tightened up a little bit more. So hopefully we'll get some really good results from CAR Firearms. Hey folks, Chris Tran for Arms Collective. I'm here today to eat a little bit of humble pie. You may remember that a couple weeks ago I did a short video clip talking about the HK P30, and I said that while I really like HKs, they're very, very well respected as combat firearms, proven all over the world. The P30 specifically is just not my favorite pistol of all time. Even though I can shoot it well, I just don't like the trigger. I find it lacking in terms of what I need for my personal needs, both self-defense and concealed carry on my own time. So, you know, after kind of talking about how much I didn't like the P30, we sent this off to Fred Hastings at CAR Firearms. It was a great gunsmith, does some excellent work, and he reworked the trigger system on this one. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of a believer now. I had a chance to take this out to the range and shoot it after the trigger job had been done, and he did a great job. As you notice, one of my biggest complaints about the P30 last time around was just the incredibly long amount of take-up that you have on the double action first shot. That's been reduced a little bit. The trigger pull is still substantial, a little bit heavy as it should be for a first double action shot. But the best part about it now is that you notice that after we go, let me take it off safe, after we go from the first double action shot, when we go back into single, the reset is much, much shorter. Maybe not like a full 1/4 of an inch shorter, but about 3/16, which felt great. It's really nice for me to have a nice quick reset, and there just isn't a lot of a take-up off on the next single action shot. So this is actually quite an enjoyable pistol to shoot now. In fact, I'm hoping that Tracer X will let me borrow it again so I can take some more shots with it down at the range to get better on this system. So my hat's off to Fred Hastings from CAR Firearms. He did a great job. Made me a believer on the P30 system, especially after his trigger work on it. So thanks again. Chris Tran for Arms Collective. See you at the next one.